Good afternoon, this is Melissa with thestockswoosh.com, and today I'm going to review a gap down failure, which luckily I didn't play because I didn't think it would work, in AMRN, A-M-R-N. Now, this was a gap down. It was worth rating, okay? I rated it on the day, and what did I rate it? I rated it a 19. Out of a 19, okay, on my rating scale, on my 26-point rating system, at a 19, there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to work. Now, that means that sometimes I take them, and sometimes I don't. Today, I didn't. There was an entry. I didn't take it. I'm going to go over it with you in a minute, but the bottom line is, when you get a 19, if you take my class and you get a 19, it's got to do something to show you, hey, I'm good, okay? And this didn't do it. Now, here's what happened. This ended up opening at 9:53, and that is right around this area here, and then retouched down at 9:40, and you see where this is right here? Here's 9:40. Look at this support over here. Now, I'm all for things breaking support, okay? I'm all for it, but the fact is, this is how I really wanted, what I wanted this to do. I wanted this to gap down here this morning, pre-market, trade down here, okay, and then rally up to the resistance to short it, and then take it down lower for a target, which still didn't have a big target on the day. It was like $9.886, okay. Remember, the market was red today. This should have worked. That's another reason that I wasn't too crazy about it. With the market being red then today, I wanted to see this break under this 930, 932 area. It didn't do it. It stayed above it. The low here is 940. That isn't looking good for this thing as far as showing the weakness. Now, that being said, if this gaps under today's low Monday, it's a short, okay? But it didn't do it on the day-to-day. And it rated 19. As it turns out, it didn't work, and I'm glad I didn't take it because my gut, my instinct, my experience, my intuition told me not to take it, and I didn't. And this thing here over here, I love this, only to break it. To break it on a flush in the open, here, I have two choices. Break it on a flush in the open, break this hard on a flush in the open, swoosh down, or trade down here, pre-market, rally up to this, take it in here, and be down, okay? That's what I wanted to do. It didn't do anything I wanted it to do. Well, when something doesn't do anything I wanted to do, I don't take it anymore. I'm at the point now with my trading, with my experience, with what I'm doing. I'm in such a groove now that if it doesn't do what I wanted to do, I don't take it. I'm not going to get tripped up in it. There were people that wanted to do this in my room today. I said, do it if you want to. I'm not calling it as an official play. I can't do that, okay? I'm not going to do that. Sorry. So let's go look and see what this exactly did, and I'll show you. Okay. Now, open, fine, not a problem, nothing here. Rally, rally, topping tail with a green body. Okay, fine, not a problem. Trigger. Fails. If I had taken this, what would have happened? I would have been in at a price at 963, and what to do with myself? Stop was 30 cents away. I don't like that. Didn't take it because I didn't think the gap was great. Didn't like it, so I didn't take it. Then what happens? Triggers again here. Fails. Not a good sign. Glad I didn't take it. Didn't take it, was never in. Never got in this the whole day. Okay. But the point is, one trigger failure, second trigger failure, that isn't making me lovey-dovey about this. Now, I'm still waiting into the next reversal time. Okay, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening here. This is nothing. You could take it right here if you want to, but why? Failed here, failed here. The only reason to take it, you could talk yourself into it, was that it was holding the high of the day, but that's not enough of a reason. That's not a setup. Okay, that's not a setup, and it didn't retest the exact number here. This is nothing. Nothing to do here, okay? Muckety-muck. Comes in and drops in, and as it's doing this and trying to hold itself, I'm starting to think, is it trying to do it? Is it going to break the low of the day? Should I have taken this? Do I wait for it to rally back and take it? What should I do? No, I do nothing. As it turns out, okay, this, when it starts to go down, it should have broken under the low of the day. Then I would have had to wait for it to rally back to take it. It didn't do that. I'm not jumping into this play here because I didn't have conviction in the gap, and it didn't rate high. And as it turns out, lo and behold, what happened? Did not go under the low of the day here, rallied up to retest the high of the day here, didn't go over it, but didn't do anything else really either. And what are you going to do? Nothing. This did not break the low of the day ever today. Held the 940, which was a number. Didn't go over the high, but didn't break the low. Anybody that played this today made no money. How did you make any money in this today? You should not have gone long it, even though it was a green body today, because it was a bearish gap, okay? Not a good one, but a bearish gap nonetheless. And the stock is lower, okay, after today. But it didn't work right today, and you can't go long it, and you also had nowhere to short it, make any money. The entry that you would have had to really wait for, which didn't have any risk to reward, was on the 5. To have the confirmation, you would have had to wait for it to trigger here. The entry was 970, and the stop had to be over 989. So you would have risked 20-some cents or 17 cents to make 30 cents. That's a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. I don't trade like that. That's like, why? I can't even, I don't want to roll out of bed for a trade like that. Okay, I'd rather just go to the gym. I don't trade like that, okay? And I don't advise people to trade like that. Why did it set up like that? Because it wasn't a good gap. And it showed me that it wasn't a good gap because the risk to reward was nada. And also remember, the target was 930 if it even dropped under here. So even if it had gone 40 cents, 17 cent risk of 40 cents is a little more than two R's. Forget it. Just, there's nothing here. You know what? It pitted around all day. No, look at this. This is a straight line. Draw a pencil through this. It's a straight line. No one did anything with this today. If you were in this, you were sweating all day, waiting for it to go long or short, and you said, I can't take it anymore, and you killed it probably. I mean, there was nothing to do here. Okay? Nowheresville, just a mess. Why? Because it was a bearish gap, and it should have worked. And some people wanted to go along this because it gapped into support. But that is not a strategy. I must tell you, buying support on a daily chart is really not a strategy in my world when it happens on a gap. And I actually don't like that as a strategy at all, but when it happens on a gap, on a down gap, I do not buy it. Sometimes a buy on support is valid if it's at a certain place, okay, which I'm not going to detail here, but that's not what this is. It's a bearish gap down to support. You don't buy that, okay? So there was some confusion going on in this today because some people like to do that, but it's the incorrect direction for the whole daily chart and for the larger money, which is setting the tone for this. Don't think this is all of a sudden bullish today. Look at that body. There's nothing here. What's the range of this green bar? It's 13 cents. Okay? That is not like a bullish gap. It's a topping tail and a bottoming tail with a little green body that didn't know what to do with itself today. It was a failed bearish gap, and that's what it is. Boom, that's it. So if you have any questions or if you'd like to learn more about gaps, please feel free to email me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. And I do teach a gap class. If you're interested, contact me for dates and details about it. Thanks and have a great day.